Hey guys, it's Blue from Main Vein Games, and this is Tip Tuesday episode number 4. And in this video, I'm going to be doing a money management guide for CSGO. So that's basically just going to be telling you how to manage the economy correctly in things like classic competitive and competitive matches for leagues and that kind of stuff. So before I get into it, however, I did want to mention that if you entered into our case key giveaway that we did a few days ago, then we are actually going to be giving away the first case key on this video. So if you want to know the winner, you can head to the end of the video. But anyways, if you want to be eligible for the next case key that we'll be giving away on the next CSGO video we make, which should be either tomorrow or the next day, you can just leave a comment and also subscribe to our channel, and you'll be eligible to win a case key of your choice for CSGO. So definitely do that. But anyways, let's get into the video. Okay, so to begin, I wanted to cover a few things about the CSGO economy that are important to know that will help you and your team out in the long run. So the first of which is to always buy with your team. This basically means if you see 3 or 4 people on your team buying, you should always buy with them because you don't want to put you and your team at a disadvantage when 4 of the 5 people on your team have a gun and the other person has, a pistol. That automatically puts your team in a disadvantage because it's basically a 4v5 situation, because a Glock or a different kind of pistol won't go up against a M4 or an AWP, usually anyways. Unless you're an all-star with a Glock, of course, which you might very well be, but it usually won't. Odds are it won't. So you want to either force buy if you don't have the money, so just basically buy the necessities like an AK and armor, or even just SMG with armor, something like that. Or you can even ask for a drop if another person on your team has money. So if you see someone with 7k, maybe ask them to drop you an AK instead of buying that AWP for themselves, so they can buy 2 AKs instead of just the 1 AWP. And the second important thing to note is to not be afraid to drop for your teammates. So basically, if you're deep into the rounds, you've been doing well and you've been making a lot of money, but your teammate is sitting there at 0-15 and he's scrounging up dollars to buy an MP5, you're definitely going to want to either offer to drop him, or if he asks, then definitely drop him. So basically, if you have enough money and he cannot fully buy, then you should drop him that AK or whatever he wants, and then that way he can buy armor and grenades if he wants, instead of just buying the MP5 and then having no grenades, no armor, and basically dying within 2 seconds. So that's not good for you or himself. So that's always important to know, to not be stringent with your money. Okay, so the third thing I wanted to cover will actually relate more to people with teams, because a lot of teams will have designated roles like main opper, rifler, that kind of thing. So this will actually relate more to them than it would if you're just, randomly pugging, because a lot of times if I'm playing with a team and I'm a rifler, so I never really op, but sometimes I'll have enough money to buy an op on a buy round, but my main opper on my team won't, so he wouldn't actually be able to op that round if he was buying for himself. So what I usually do is offer to buy him an op, and then he can just drop me an AK with the money he has, so that way my main opper gets an op even though he doesn't actually have enough money to buy one, but because I did, he was able to get one. And that could help him cover the spot he's covering, because if he is the main operator on your team, he obviously knows how to use it. So it's definitely worth doing that. But even in pugs, this could work if you're communicating with your team well enough. But that's the third thing I wanted to cover. So let's get into the rounds. Okay, so basically from here on out, I'm going to be covering each round and when to buy and when to save and what scenario will get you there. So to start off, we are going to start with the pistol round, and on that pistol round you will start with $800. So this will begin at the start of the match and the start of the second half. You'll always start with $800, which means you won't actually be able to afford any guns of any sort other than pistols, and you can also afford grenades as well as armor and a defuse kit if you're on CT. I did start with Kevlar and a helmet because I'm on casual, but in a classic competitive match, you will not start with that. So what I usually do if I'm on T side is I'll stick with the Glock because it is a pretty powerful pistol, and I do like it. So I usually stick with the Glock, and depending on what my team is doing, I'll buy either Kevlar and nothing else, or full grenades. So with $800, you can afford all 3 grenades here, and that will make it a lot easier to take sites. So you should always have one terrorist buy full grenades if you're trying to take a site, which you probably will be in the pistol round, because that is the objective of the game. So always, coordinate with your teammates, make sure at least one person gets full grenades, and then the rest with Kevlar and the Glock. Of course, if you really love that P250 or whatever, you can always buy that, but I wouldn't recommend it. Okay, so this is the second scenario, and I say scenario because the second round won't always be the same buying depending on what you do in the pistol round. So for the sake of this, I'm going to say we lost the pistol round. So if I lose the pistol round, I will basically do nothing unless I get the bomb down. So if I get the bomb down, we'll earn 2,200 for our team, plus kills and the 300 you get for planting the bomb, but 2,200 for the team across the board. So that basically means I won't be able to do much this round. If I got a kill and I got the bomb plant, I could upgrade to a pistol or even buy grenades, but if I didn't get any kills and I didn't get the bomb down, then I'm basically not going to buy anything, because the second round, if you lose the first, is basically a sure loss unless the other team is pretty bad, because they'll have pretty much full guns depending on how they did in the first round, at least SMGs, so it definitely puts your team at a disadvantage. So basically, to keep it simple, the second round, if you lose, don't buy anything unless you get the bomb down. Then you can maybe buy grenades or upgrade a pistol if you really need to, but other than that, it's a pretty simple round. Okay, so we're still going on with scenario 2, but this is the third round, and we have actually lost the second. So as you can see, I have 3,900. That is because we were able to get the bomb down in the first round, and then the second round we lost, so I only earned 1,400, but I did get that extra 300 for the bomb plant. So I will have enough to buy on a third round because I got that bomb plant. If I did not, I would actually have to save until the fourth. But because we were able to get that bomb down, I'm able to buy an AK and, Kevlar if I was not on casual, and even grenades to top it off. So I'm able basically to full buy on the third round because I was able to get that bomb down. And so from here, we try to win the round, obviously. And if we do not, then we basically have to go back to saving again, because I'll be very low on money, probably 1,800 unless we get the bomb down, and then in that case 2,600 plus kills and that kind of thing. So obviously not enough to buy. So to summarize, we lost the first round, but we did get the bomb down, so we earned 2,200, and then the second round we did lose, so we only earned 1,400. And then that brought my total to 3,600 plus the 300 for the bomb plant. So that made it possible for our team to buy on the third round. But if you're on CT and you end up losing both rounds, like you did on the terrorists, you'll probably, 100% you will have to save those first 2 rounds other than light buys, because you won't actually be able to get the bomb plant money like you would if you were on terrorist. If you're able to defuse the bomb, then obviously you win the round and it's a different scenario from there. But because you lost both rounds, you got the default $1,400, so you would have a total of 2,800 for the first 2 rounds. Plus, if you were able to get a certain amount of kills, you would get that extra 300 per kill. But even then, your teammates won't have enough money to buy. So if you end up getting a bunch of kills, the most you should be buying is a P250 for the first 3 rounds on CT side. Okay, so we're actually now doing scenario 2, which means we are back on round number 2, but we were actually able to win the round this time. So as you can see, I earned $3,500 for the pistol round. That is because we won on a bomb blow up, so the bomb actually exploded at the end of the round, giving us the win, which gave us that extra $250. Because if we did not do that, if we just won the round by getting 5 kills, we would only earn 3250, which is not as much. But anyways, as you can see, we obviously have enough to buy rifles here. Not quite the op, obviously, because it's only the second round. But a lot of people, what I see, they just go straight to the AK, or of course the M4 if you're on the CT side. But this is actually not a correct thing to do. You should always either buy SMGs or the Galil or FAMAS in the second round, because if you end up dying with that AK or M4, you will have no money for the third round to actually buy, and so you probably have to end up saving for at least 1 or 2 rounds. So that's why I don't buy the M4 or the AK. I usually buy a Galil, or of course if I'm on CT, the FAMAS, but it really depends on your playstyle. If you're more of the up close and personal kind of player, an SMG buy for the second round would be a better idea. But like I said, the FAMAS or the Galil are longer range guns, so if you're kind of the type that likes to stay back and hit those long range shots, the rifle would be a better choice for you. The rifle meaning the Galil or FAMAS, as I said. Okay, so the third scenario I'm going to cover is one where I wasn't able to actually even get the bomb down on the first round, and we lost pretty handily, and my money situation is pretty abysmal. I only have $1,550, so obviously I really can't buy anything of value here. So I'm basically just going to full save. I can rush wherever I want. I'm probably going to die. It's a round that you should pretty much always expect to lose. And then from there, if I'm not really able to do anything and I lose, which is probably going to happen, then I'm going to have to save the third round as well. Whereas earlier, because I got the bomb down, I was able to buy on the third round. But because we did not get that bomb down, I will have to save until the fourth, along with my team. So once again, pretty simple. If you're not able to do anything for the first 2 rounds, save for the third, and then finally fully buy on the fourth. But if you somehow pull out a second round win on a save, well, good job. But then you can buy light on the third, because the other team would be forced to save on the third round if they were to actually buy on the second after winning the pistol round, which most teams will do. You won't often see a save on the second round because it's pretty much a sure round win. But as I said, you might pull it out. And if you're able to do that, then you can do a light buy for the third round, which is what I already covered, where you either buy an SMG or a Galil or FAMAS, depending on what team you're on. Okay, so this scenario is one where we were actually able to win the first round with a bomb plant, so we earned 3,500, and then we actually ended up losing the second round after pretty much a full buy. So as you can see, I only have 2,100, and they just won the last round, so they obviously were able to earn at least 3,500, well, 3,250, sorry, but if they defused the bomb, then they would have earned 3,500. But that basically means they're probably light buying just like we did the last round. So in that case, I really won't want to buy anything. I'll probably just light buy if anything, so maybe Kevlar, but it's probably going to be a round loss regardless. So I would actually save this round and then buy the next when it's pretty much even ground, because in that case it will be the fourth round and both teams will have enough money to buy, because with 2,100, even with a loss, I would actually end up getting 3,500 total, because 1,400 would be added onto my 21 I already have. So 3,500 would be enough to buy, so it's smart to actually save this round and then full buy the next and be even with them, because if I'm going to force buy here, it's still probably going to lose a round, and then I won't be able to buy on the fourth round either, so definitely not worth it. But that's basically it for the scenarios that I wanted to cover in this video. You can pretty much rinse and repeat all of these buy scenarios throughout the match, so I just did the early rounds, but these basically go the same for later in the match as well, so 7 to 10 rounds into the match. So I hope this video helped you out. It's a little bit hard to explain because of all the different scenarios that I pretty much need to cover. So if I missed anything, please let me know in the comments, and I'll be sure to either make an update video or just put in this description. But I'm pretty sure I got everything you really need to know about the economy in CSGO. So I'm going to move on to the case key giveaway winners now. And just to remind you that if you want to be entered to win a case key, just leave a comment on this video video and also subscribe to the channel, and you'll be eligible to win the next Case Key Week giveaway, which will be on the next CSGO video we make, which could be in 1 or 2 days, so stay tuned for that. But anyways guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next part of the video. Hey guys, this is going to be the announcement for the first Case Key winner that we're doing on this channel. So I'm on random.org. This is basically a random generator. You put in 2 numbers and then basically just generates a random number. So there's 54 total comments on our video, and I'm going to generate this, and then whichever number comes up, I'm going to basically pick whoever's comment is that number. So if it's a high number, close to 54, then I'll start from the top. But anyways, let's generate the number. Drum roll. Oh my god, that was quicker than I thought. Okay, number 51 is the comment number winner, I guess you'd say. So 51, let's go on over to the video and actually see which comment that is. So obviously that's close to the top, which will make my life a lot easier. So we basically just have to go 3 comments down. So this is number 54 right there. That's 53. That is 52. And there we go. That is 51. I make vids 101. Is that... Can't actually tell if that's a 0 or an O, but I think it's an O. So I make vids 101. Congratulations on winning. I'm basically going to send you an inbox message via YouTube and get your info on Steam, so then I can add you and trade you the case key of your choice. So good luck when opening the case, as well as good luck to everyone else that is entering into our next giveaway, which will be on the next CSGO video. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time. Peace.